the music especially has been so ass the past year. There's like
it's been so
it's
bad. Welcome back to B-Side Banter. This is episode 27. I've got a return guest. This is Tyson, and we had an awesome conversation. We were just talking about this like 15 weeks ago. But you probably know Tyson on TikTok. The official Tyson J is your handle there. Sadly, you've had to start from scratch on your Instagram, which is brutal.
yeah.
But anyway, you're on TikTok and Instagram. And I'll kick it to you, Tyson, just to tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do.
Yeah, it's Tyson, the official Tyson Jones, or the earless man, as a lot of people say in my comments. They always asking where my ear is at, but I'm just a man who loves hip hop. I love really all the modern stuff and really just giving my takes on that. I'm also a host on Sirius XM Hip Hop Nation, so I do the news on there, and I'm interviewing artists, I'm giving the news, I'm covering festivals, so I try to give as much love to the culture and the sound of hip hop as much as I can, wherever I can. I just love talking about it so much.
Yeah, no, it's awesome, and honestly, you're definitely the person that I look to for any kind of hip hop news. I know you've been doing a lot of stuff about like Playboi Carti, and you've been doing, covering all these huge new hip hop albums that have been coming out. So let's just jump right into that. Let's jump into like some of the best or some of your favorite or just some of the biggest like storylines that you're following right now.
So right now, this whole summer has been absolutely just amazing for hip hop. I knew we were going to get a lot of releases this summer. It seems like everyone was trying to fit their album in the summer window. But I think it's even more than we got between the Clipse album, between JID's album that just dropped, between Metro's album that dropped, Tyler the Creator's surprise album that dropped, Jack Boy's 2 that dropped. It's just been not nonstop week after week. I feel like there hasn't been a week. Also Yeet 2, like there hasn't been a week in a while where an anticipated album has dropped, whether it be a surprise or something that we've been waiting for a very long time.
Yeah, it's been a crazy summer. And like, I guess Quadeca doesn't really, his album at least doesn't really like categorize as hip hop this time around necessarily. There's like a little glimpse of that, but he was a hip hop guy at one point.
Yeah. I hadn't had a chance to listen to that one. I know a lot of people really liked his last album or the EPs that he was dropping, and then this one as well. So that's the other thing with like so many albums. It's like I'm just gonna end up missing some stuff, and also with the length of some of these. Like if like the Metro album, like it's cool, but like 25 songs, like that's an hour plus of my time. Where I'm listening, like, and I'm not like a passive listener most of the time, especially on first listen. So it's like I'm actively paying attention. So it's like tough. That's the one thing in 2026. We got cut down the albums, please, because I don't need an hour 26. Like the Clipse album, that's only like 45 minutes. Perfect. Yeah. Tyler's album, 27, 28 minutes, quick 10 songs. 10 quality songs. That's all I need. I don't need 25 songs with no features. I'm good on that. No artist can really pull off the no feature thing with that long of an album. It's nearly impossible.
Yeah, that's really tough. So that has been absolutely crazy. Are there any, like, I know that you've been following a little bit of Playboi Carti, like, because apparently he was going to maybe drop again, but now it's like maybe not. So like that's a little thing that's going on. Maybe dig into that a little bit.
Yeah, so I mean, Playboi Carti just dropped his album iMusic in March. He's been on tour with The Weeknd, and he's back at it teasing his new album Baby Boy, which a lot of fans are excited for, even though we just got an album. I mean, I'll take more Carti music when I can get it. I hope it's on another 5-year wait, but it seemed like he was getting ready to drop something, but he's all over the place with that stuff. So it's interesting now because I think he's going to pivot and go on tour with his label, it seems like, but I don't think we're going to get anything really until he's done touring with The Weeknd, since that's the main focus. But he's been previewing a lot of new music and snippets on his own at the after party he's been doing with The Weeknd.
Okay.
And fans are
Cool.
kind of mixed on their opinion because some people like the deep voice, some people are sick of it, and they just want him to move on to kind of something else. But that's Carti's fan base for you.
They're tired already. They're like, come on, man. Let's. I don't know. What's your favorite like Carti persona?
I mean, I like Whole Lotta Red just because that's the most. The thing is, Whole Lotta Red, the album, I'm not like, that's not my favorite, but like that era of concert is the most time I've spent with him, I would say, before the I Am Music release. It's like that and like the pre I Am Music era because I went to a lot of his shows during that time.
Yeah.
But my favorite album from him is Die Lit. So that's like my favorite, definitely sonically sound from him. But I also like the I Am Music stuff as well. It's just, he's so up and down and all over the place. He's like the anomaly though when it comes to rollouts. Like everyone else annoys me, but like he's the one who makes it work by just doing whatever he feels like.
Yeah, totally.
What's your favorite persona?
I think I would be in the Die Lit like kind of time. It took me a long time to get around to the Whole Lotta Red stuff. I'm not huge into like what's going on right now. So I would probably go back to the Die Lit stuff. Yeah. I'm not like a huge diehard Carti fan. Like I definitely keep up with him because I know like that's like the biggest stuff that's going on. Other than, well, really like this year, like, which is so crazy. Like I Am Music is getting buried. It's getting buried under so many other like crazy releases. Which is
I think that's why he keeps teasing all this other stuff because it's gonna get buried, like you said. And that's the thing, like speaking about this year being so huge for music, like the 2026 Grammys, like that hip hop conversation, like somebody's going to miss out because you got him with I Am Music, you got Kendrick, who GNX dropped after the last cycle, so that's eligible this year. You got Chromacopia, you got Don't Tap the Glass, you got JID, you got Clipse. You got Freddie Gibbs, who just dropped his new album. You got all that. Like somebody is going to miss out of getting a chance at getting some recognition. I don't think Carti's ever been nominated for an album, so it's definitely it's a big fight for attention right now.
I don't know
in the hip hop space.
Do you think I Am Music is gonna make a Grammy nom? Like I
just
don't know.
Because of how much it sold, and I think just how relevant he is to the culture right now. I think it will. I think it'll be him, Kendrick with GNX. I think Chromacopia will get nominated. Then I think Let God Sort Him Out will get a nod, and I don't know what the fifth one will be. It might be something just.
It's gonna
random.
be something weird. It's gonna be something like totally out there, probably. You know, like it's gonna be the Grammys always have like one or two like just like what like what is this?
But my theory about with that too is I don't think GNX is gonna win hip hop album of the year. I think it's finally the time that we get a hip hop album that wins album of the year for the overall Grammys.
Man, that'd be awesome. That'd be pretty cool.
But the only thing I worry about that is you got Sabrina Carpenter and you also have The Weeknd, who's returning to the Grammys probably this year as well. So
yeah, that's true. Like his album is gonna be, and he like made his like, because he was boycotting the Grammys for so long. So and he made his debut at the last Grammys. So yeah, he's you that was intentional. He really wanted to push this album for a Grammys run for sure. And now you talked briefly about this, but Taylor Swift is going to have an album up for Grammy contention in October.
Is that still in the window of the Grammys?
I think so. I think October isn't November the cutoff. I can Google this really quick, but
I thought it was September.
Maybe you're right. Let me look at this really quick. Grammys cutoff. I love talking to. Oh yeah, you're right. August 30th is the official. So it won't be.
That's why I feel like she did that on purpose.
Yeah,
because she like this is like the one year like she could definitely like not be the slam dunk pick to win it all.
Yeah. Well, she didn't win anything for her last one, which was pretty. I think people were pretty shocked by that. I don't know. I think she's kind of her heyday of like being like just a Grammy like magnet might be over unless this album is just like crazy, which it could be. You know, she's a really good songwriter, so it could be a great album. I don't know, but her last like 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 have been pretty mediocre. So yeah,
I don't know. Do you feel like she's overexposed with the amount of albums she drops? Because 12, I feel like is like
it's a lot.
I feel like she's never like away. Like, you know how like Kendrick or like Carti will like be away for 5 years. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like she's always doing like something.
Well, and she has been busy since COVID. So she dropped 2 COVID albums. She dropped Folklore and Evermore. And then she started, because that whole thing was happening with her not owning her masters and like them being sold to Scooter Braun. So she was re-recording albums. She re-recorded, I think, 3. And each of those albums had bonus tracks that have never been released, and typically a feature or 2 on those. So she has probably in the last like 5 years put out like 8 projects. It's insane. Like, she's just been going crazy. But
it's funny. I was with that too. Something funny I did see though, because I was on the site looking at the CD and the vinyl or whatever.
Yeah,
they just had like the buy all option with like all the 5 different versions. I'm like, oh my god,
buy all. And you know that's gonna be a lot of people doing that. That's wild. Buy all. So crazy.
It's like 5. It's 5. I'm honestly curious to see how she does with that Travis Scott rule now, since she can't like just drop, because now she can't do it after the fact and try to get more that way. So I'm curious to see how well she sells.
And they have to be
week.
priced.
I guess
they have to be priced pretty like at least $15, right? Isn't that a part of it?
Yeah, I think vinyl or CD has to be 15.
Yeah.
And then it's something like that. But actually, we could pivot into that because I want to see with Travis Scott. You know, Jack Boys 2 just dropped. And what are your thoughts on that? I mean, I got my thoughts. What are your thoughts on it first off?
Like, I don't know what, like, to me it felt like he rushed this album because of clips dropping. Like, I don't know. It just did not feel good at all. Like, I didn't really like it. It's not like anything was bad. Like it's not like you could put this in like a bad like worst albums of the year. It just was like super forgettable to me, I think.
Yeah.
I was
That's how I feel too.
Yeah, I was pretty disappointed. I was like, man, like, this just felt really rushed. I don't really remember any songs off of it at all.
Yeah, I think that's the general consensus on feelings of the album. Even by like how Travis Scott has been promoting it, like after the fact, like it was kind of like something he was just like here you go, and then like he's done and moving on, because he's still touring for Utopia and stuff like that in this upcoming fall. But my thing was, it just had like no cohesion, because like I've been enjoying a lot of Don Toliver stuff on Cactus Jack, especially, and it's just like this album seemed like Travis recorded his part in one room, and then they recorded their own stuff in just like a different room, and they just kind of just threw it all together with like features in the middle. And this is like the first time I feel like a Travis Scott album has honestly like came and went, even from like his fan base, where like nobody's talking about it like a month later.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it kind of flopped for him big time. And you know, he's had albums that have been a little mixed. Like, I think there was a little bit of mixed reviews around Utopia. But yeah, this one was just, it wasn't mixed. It was just pretty much everybody was like, yeah, this isn't good. Yeah. Oh gosh.
Because there's just,
go for it.
I was gonna say, because there's like nothing to really like. There's nothing like memorable about it to really like. At least there's something you could be like, well, like this is like innovative and like tough. I will say the interesting thing with that too was, especially with the Travis Scott rule, how much you see how much he sold with it in the split.
I didn't know.
So he sold, I think, 250.
Okay.
And then the amount of sales actually that were CD and vinyl was, I think, 170. And the interesting thing with that is too, with the clips, I think, what did they sell? 91. I think they sold 110, something like that.
Okay.
But I think it was like 110, and then like 50 was from the vinyl. So like the split of like actual people listening to it that wasn't vinyl, they were pretty close with like actual like
listens.
with the streaming numbers.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
a lot of people were shit talking Pusha T and everything that was going on, and that was something that made me really happy that they sold that much first week.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, and people are actually listening to it. And let's talk about the Clipse album. What did you think of that? Because I think there was a lot of talk around Pharrell and kind of because before there was a lot of talk of him being washed and not on his game anymore. And then it seemed divided around the Clipse album. Some people were like, he's back. Other people were like, see, like he's the weak link on this album.
Yeah, I think. Well, the one thing I do that I'm not like the biggest fan of, I know some people agree, was him singing on that album. Like I've gotten used to it a little bit now, but like some of it, I'm kind of just like, he's not the best vocalist, but I think the clips really brings out the best in him. And I think something that's interesting now that why people say maybe he's like Wash or like is like his production style inspired like Tyler the Creator and all of them, like that
Yeah.
maximalist, like with the sound, like you can hear it pretty evidently in Tyler's music.
Yeah.
Like I think there's that comparison now that he's not the only person doing that sound. So like people are saying that he's washed. Also, people just I think just want the Neptunes back and are upset that that's not a thing anymore. And what Chad brought to them was something that Pharrell can't necessarily replicate on his own. It's still good, but what the Neptunes create and what Nerd creates and what Pharrell creates on his own is a different thing. And creatively, it's a little bit different now because he's doing this stuff, doing stuff with Louis Vuitton. It's not just like he's got different things he's doing, and he's a little bit more creatively spread thin. And also, I feel like the Clipse is a different sound than like what people are used to with Pharrell. Like the artists, like people aren't used to them. They haven't dropped the album in 15 years.
Yeah, totally.
So just hearing them with that was something different that I think people are still getting used to, and that just might be easy critique for people who are just hating on the album because it's Pusha T and Malice.
Yeah. And overall, like, what did you think of the album? What were your thoughts?
I thought it was great. I really like Ace Trumpets when it dropped, So Be It when it dropped as well. Like I was super excited. I've always been a big Pusha T fan. I've seen him I think twice perform in concert, now 3 times after seeing clips. The thing that made me happy, and I know a lot of people talk about this as well, is like how well Malice was able to kind of come back and not kind of undersell like his persona and his character because he's such a different person and he has some more of his Christian belief and ideology, being able to and listen to interviews be like, yeah, that's a part of me, but also this is a part of me as well. So just his bars and everything he's been doing was great, and they just mesh really well together. I mean, Pusha T is one of the best lyricists and Malice too that we have right now. I can understand a little bit maybe people don't like the one dimensionality sometimes, or like coke rap and like stuff like that, but it's good. I mean, it's their thing, and I've been listening to it straight. I love the song POV, by the way. That's my favorite one.
Yeah,
off the album, especially
that's a banger, man. Yeah,
that Tyler the Creator feature. I'm like, they just mix together so well. And I've been even open up to the Stove God Cooks feature as well on FICO.
Yeah.
After hearing it live, I just want him to drop more music on his own. But it's definitely one of my favorite albums of the year.
Yeah, I like Stove God Cooks a lot. I just find that he's I don't know. I love his verses whenever he's featured. And then you have the JID, which Clipse is featured on one of those tracks, which is pretty cool. And that, well, I guess, okay, let's go back to Clipse because some people, it's kind of divided a little bit. I think most people respect it, but I was shocked because Anthony Fantano gave it a 10. Do you think it's like, do you think it's that good? Do you think it's a 10 worthy? Like, that's holy ground.
I don't know if it's like a 10 for me just because like I feel about like Pharrell singing in some of the songs on the so I like the first half a lot more than the second half.
Yeah, sure.
But and also maybe like some of the singing, but I think that song with the dream as well. Like some of the singing stuff is just I come to Clipse for the bars, but I can understand why people may think it's a 10, especially he's from that era and like he's been like it's obvious from his other reviews that like Clipse is one of his favorite groups. So it's funny because when I went to the show, I actually saw him there.
Really? That's awesome.
Yeah, at the Clipse concert. So he's a full on Clipse fan. Him and Tyler the Creator might be the biggest Clipse fans there are out there, and it was definitely an unction, yo. There was like, that's the oldest crowd I ever seen.
Yeah.
Ever. And the funny thing too was, you could tell everyone's old because they started at like 9, like on the dot, like 9:15, was done by like 10, like on the dot, like ready to go to bed.
Yeah. Then like people are leaving early to beat the traffic. You know, it's an old crowd when they're like, "Oh, yeah. I'm not staying for the encore."
This might be the first show. There was no mosh and nothing. They was just doing. They was just chilling. Nobody broke a hip, thankfully.
I feel like there would be just as old of a crowd for Alfredo too, for like the Freddie Gibbs.
I don't know though, because
you don't think so?
Alk and Freddie, it's interesting.
Yeah,
because it's like, I don't know, because it's like, how old is, like, they are older, but I feel like they mix in with like that duo, like the West Side Gun like type of like crowd. So I don't know.
That's true.
I feel like a lot of young people got into him, especially around like Alfredo. So
yeah,
I don't know. You might be right, but
yeah,
that's one I definitely want to go see. So I'm gonna have to check that out for myself and get back to you on that one.
Yeah, you're gonna have to tell me if it's a bunch of old heads out there. Yeah, and then going to the JID album, a cool clips feature on it. I like referenced this. There was like a really I don't know if you ever like watched the like DreamWorks animated movie The Prince of Egypt.
No, I haven't.
No, he like references that. It's kind of like a niche thing. I was like, whoa, like this is like legit. It's yeah. Anyway, I really enjoyed the JID album. Probably like, if I were to rank these new hip hop albums that came out, that one's probably like my favorite, and it's most suited to what I enjoy about hip hop anyway. He's a little more on the side of like experimental stuff. His production is much more experimental, and he's like really aggressive, and that's just my jam. So I was like, when I heard that, I was like, man, this album was made for me.
Yeah. I feel like with JID, it's like interesting just talking to people about like if they listen to it or not, because I feel like for some, like how, and this has been talked about a little bit with, he says he doesn't like the rap, like the lyrical spiritual miracle like type of stuff. And I feel like people think that of him as like an artist and how he sounds. So like some people aren't like don't listen to him because they don't like that kind of stuff, but he's really not like that. And I tell people like, this album got like all the like bangers on it, and it's like something like, I feel like I've definitely one of the best albums of the year, especially he's like, this is like a gritty, like the most gritty he's ever been. It's like most
super like, gritty. Yeah.
And like the samples too, like he's sampling Comethazine, like the Walk song Community, like you said, that's tough, especially that bar about Bob the Builder. That's crazy. But even, how'd you feel about some of the stuff in the middle? Because I know some people were like, kind of, they didn't like the more like melodic stuff from.
I liked him. What was the one I saw? There was one where I saw people saying like he's the only rapper that could pull this off, and it was one of his melodic ones.
Is it Skate?
Maybe I gotta pull it up here. I gotta see it and see, like, I'm such a visual person. Like I can't just I can't just have the like the name. I have to see it with the features. I think it was, oh, what did I click on? This is not. I think it was, it was Skate. Yeah, you're right. Yep. And I thought it was good. It definitely wasn't my favorite on there, but I didn't think it was, I didn't dislike it, I guess. I was like, yeah, I kind of like this.
I think the only one I can see that I've seen a lot of people complain about too is like the Don Toliver one, which I can see, because I feel like JID's fan base and that fan base is a little bit of a mismatch. But I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed a lot of the album. But the one thing that did annoy me is like everyone goes right away, and this is the same thing with Tyler's album that just dropped too. I know he complained about it, was like, this isn't as good as the Forever Story, and I'm like, the album just like
come on,
came out like in, hour ago. Like I
Yeah.
understand we want to compare stuff, but sometimes I'm like, y'all are ruining your enjoyment of the album by comparing them like right
Mhm.
away. Like I'm all for musical discourse, all that stuff, whenever you want to say it, but I'm like, you're gonna you ruin your experience sometimes. I feel like by comparing it to
Yeah.
his previous album or like something like that. But I get it at the same time.
Yeah. Well, and this album's so much different than the Forever Story. Like it'd be different if like the albums were a little more similar, and that's the same with like the Tyler album. Like Don't Tap the Glass, Chromacopia are so different. And he like said he put out a post that was like, "Hey, don't judge this album based on the other one." And but people always do, so they didn't listen to him.
Yeah, and, but I understand it in the way like you can't have it both ways. You can't be like, don't compare my stuff, don't talk about my stuff, but
Yeah,
also please talk about and listen and engage with my new album as the same well. So
yeah,
at the same time,
it's true.
it's a give and a take. You can't have your cake and eat it too sometimes with that.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. So I guess of all of these ones, do you have anything you want? I guess maybe let's finish the list. What do you think of Don't Tap the Glass? Let's talk about that.
That might be my favorite one out of all of them.
I don't
Honestly,
know. Yeah.
that and the clips one are like the ones I've
Mhm.
been really with. It's just Don't Tap the Glass was cool because I was able to see the album. So I'm a little biased when I went to go see him at the Barclays, and then he
Mm.
announced the album, and then
Yeah.
they were doing all the
Yeah.
rollout there. But I've really enjoyed it, just how much of a change up it is stylistically. It's kind of something I need as like sort of like a palate cleanser, because like
Mm.
the clips and JID is the stuff I like, but sometimes I like something a little bit different and
Yeah.
more out there. And I just appreciate the vibe and the energy of he was just like, yeah, I just want to drop some music. And that's something that I've missed a lot in hip hop,
Mm.
especially in recent years, because I'm someone I was 16 in 2016 in the prime of like the SoundCloud era where
Mm.
artists
Yeah.
were just dropping music because they just like to make music and have fun.
Yeah.
And that's something that I think has been missing the past couple of years since like when talking about like sales and all this stuff, like artists are so focused on the metrics and the numbers
Mm.
that you kind of miss some of the fun experimental stuff that we used to get that really pushes genres forward.
Mm. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, it is, and there's just something so exciting too about just like a random drop. It's one thing, like it's one thing to kind of out of nowhere announce an album, like similar to what Taylor just did. She announced an album. People were kind of like, her fans were kind of suspicious that something was going to be in the mix soon. But she announced this album, but it's still like several months out or a couple months out. But like with Tyler and with, Justin Bieber, it's like they just dropped it. Like basically zero time. Like what was Tyler's? It was like a day, 2 days, and
It
then he
was
dropped it
that Saturday I saw him, and then he dropped it the
Monday.
following Monday at
Yeah.
6 a.m.
Yeah. So it was like not even 2 full days. And like there's just something so much more exciting about that than, like, obviously you do want, like, for marketing sake, for like getting people's attention sake, but when you're an artist that's as big as Tyler, as big as Justin Bieber, as big as Taylor Swift, like it's almost more exciting when it's just like, hey, here's some music, and you're like, it's out tomorrow, and it's just, I
Yeah,
don't
and
know, there's something so cool about that.
it's just like sometimes it's just like it just shows like it. You could tell like Don't Tap the Glass is like a passion project of his. He
Yeah.
just wanted to like
Yeah.
drop it, and he's even said in interviews he's like, yeah, I was just gonna drop the shit on YouTube and just like keep it pushing and all
Yeah.
that. And
Yeah.
also because in hip hop, especially, and I feel like pop doesn't have this in other genres because they announce their albums so far in advance and it's like a whole giant rollout and all
Mm.
that. Like even Tyler's bestie, like ASAP Rocky on the flip side, I'm like so
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
over him because
Yeah.
it's like fake out after fake out, and I'm
Mhm.
like it gets tiring. Even this week, for example, right? So Lil Baby was supposed to drop his new album with a new Carti song on it, and
Mm.
then he just completely pushed it back at like the last minute, and it's
Mm.
just like it's I just wish like you just like drop it, but it's like that
Yeah.
sales stuff is like so important to these artists, and I get it because it's their livelihood and all that. But it's like, why are we? It gets tiring because it's like I'm putting the effort in as a fan to engage, taking probably an hour out of my day, and you're not gonna like drop like.
Yeah.
The only one with that though, Carti. Carti's the only exception. I'll let him slide on that. Everyone else, I got an issue with.
Yeah. Well, I almost feel like it's gotten to the point where like especially in hip hop, they feel like they almost build more like interest if they do those fake outs a few times. Like ASAP Rocky is like a totally different thing. I don't think any of this is like intentional marketing. I think it's just like, I don't know what it is. He's just being ridiculous. But like
1,000%.
But like with Carti, I think some of that was like really intentional with I Am Music. And then like, even though, you know, the albums were garbage, but you think of like Kanye and how he was saying he was going to drop, and then he would push it, and then, oh no, I'm going to drop here, and then he push it. Like, I feel like a lot of that is really intentional to kind of build this like frustration, but you're frustrated, but you're still locked in. You're still like, okay, well, when's it actually going to come out? So and then obviously like there's a sweet spot with that. Like eventually you're gonna turn into the ASAP Rocky. Like Carti was almost there with I Am Music. He was like this close.
I think he was there, and then it was
That's
just
true.
it was just because of how that year went of like before. It was just like, even for me, I was just like, if this shit don't drop March 14th, like I'll be there, but like I don't even know at this point anymore. It was definitely just like,
it was brutal,
really, really jarring. But he's like the only person that could honestly do that. That's why I'm curious, not for ASAP Rocky, but like Baby Keem as well. Like he's been MIA for the Melodic Blues about to turn 4 in a month.
Crazy.
And it's
crazy.
like I don't even know. Even like who just dropped the song tonight, like Steve Lacy. Like, it's been a while since he dropped something. He's more R&B, and I'm like, I'm interested to see how that goes. Or Frank Ocean, if Frank Ocean ever decides to come back ever, but he's too busy selling his jewelry, like in his Channel Orange vinyl, which he finally dropped. But it's like, and that's something I think when like why this year has been so cool with like albums and drops is like, I remember back in like 2023, a lot of the talk was like think pieces like hip hop is dead, nobody's dropping anymore, all this stuff. I never believed in that rhetoric. Because I just thought that was just it was just a rough time and people weren't dropping. And now I'm like 2025, it's the complete opposite. Like everyone's dropping. And it's like when I think about these people too, I'm like, there's not a lot of like space for like people to really have a comeback, especially with the sales. Like, and the other thing too, I know we're talking about pop too, like that as a genre, like that does play a factor as well, because the pop girlies, they juggernaut. So it's like, if you want to drop an album, you're not dropping the same week as Sabrina, unless you Travis Scott or Kendrick Lamar, like, because they're gonna cook you, or like Taylor or like Chappell, like you're gonna, or Charlie, like you're or Billy, you're like, so it really limits the space that you can have. Or what's his face who does country, who I don't want to say that,
Morgan Wallen.
Yeah, he's just a juggernaut. Like
he is. Yeah.
So there's like limited space. So it's like, why not just drop music just because? Who cares about that stuff? As much. Just drop what you want.
Yeah, man. Like you mentioned the pop girlies, like they are like they are a juggernaut. It is wild, like how much. Yeah, you listed like 6 of them, and I don't think you even mentioned Olivia Rodrigo. Like there's so many of them. There's so many of these like just insane, and Lorde even too. She's kind of coming back. Like there's so many of these insane pop girls, and they are just killing it. And making great music too. Like that's the thing. It's like, it's not like, maybe you could say Taylor Swift's getting a little tired, but everybody else, like they're making great music. And it's like pop is eating right now for sure. But it's only with the girls. It's only with the girls. There's not really many like big pop male artists, really.
At least we should preface that, I guess, with ones that are good, or at least that we think that are good, who aren't just dropping songs that you could hear in a TJ Maxx. But
you're not referencing
the thing I want to say.
You're not referencing the one and only Alex Warren, are you?
Yeah, I gotta chill because I know our guy Mike T. Yo, they be.
I know
they put him on the thing, so I gotta chill. I gotta chill what I say sometimes. I'm gonna end up in the performance. Yeah.
Hey man, all publicity is good publicity, right?
Absolutely. I tried that Benson Boone cookie too. Yo, that moon ice cream, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It was like all right.
Yeah.
But nice. The interesting thing with them is like with the pop girl is like as someone who's like a hip hop fan, like I've hear their stuff. Like what the two we just mentioned, like I have. If you could ask me like name a song by them or have you heard a song by them, it's a no-go. Like I'm just. But the other thing I want to say too about them that's interesting is like in that pop space is like Chapel, like Olivia, Sabrina too. Like they only like 1-2 albums deep. Like Taylor, you might can say she's done 12, so you might say she's past her prime. Like with them, I don't even know if they're really in their prime.
Yeah, they're just starting.
Yeah, because they're only like 1 album, 2 albums in.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is really crazy. It's they've got long careers ahead of them. You know, unless like we've seen pop stars rise and fall real quick. Like, you know, you've got your like Demi Lovato's, you know, like they were like even Selena like was pretty like her album that she put out this year was just kind of blah. I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
but they were really the thing is they also got like the touring too. Like they got that shit down.
Yeah.
Like packed. Like people are pulling up, waiting all day. Like I was looking at some of the Lala footage. Like they running, sprinting, waiting all day to watch them perform.
And like, and then you like see the crowd. You're like, oh, look at all these crazy Olivia Rodrigo fans. Like, oh, cool. Like that's probably only like 40,000. Then you see like the drone footage like during her concert, and you're like, oh, cool. There's like 100,000 people there. Like,
yeah, it's tough. That's why those people who be at the front, I'm like, I don't know how y'all do that all day because it's uncomfortable. Because it's like not only you sitting at the front, you got all that crowd crush too pushing at you. It's like. Yeah, it's a long day, especially with no bathroom.
Yeah, man,
too. That's why I'm really with the concerts and the tours. Like that Opium tour that I think is gonna happen. Like that shit is gonna be like something else. Because
and that's
I kind of got a taste of that.
Yeah, you're gonna get kicked in the face.
It was the whole lot of Red tours like that, but this is gonna be like that times 10. Because I got a. Like sort of a taste of it at Rolling Loud, California, because they had it where it was like all the Opium guys in one day, but them performing all at the same time, especially all the new music they dropped. I wish you could see at Summer Smash, like Ken's set and like Lone set, like they're throwing flares, they're doing all this crazy shit.
Yeah,
it was just like people really like love them.
Yeah, it's crazy, and and it gets to the point where like. A lot of it is like just people coming for that reason to be like just outrageous in those live shows, right? Like they're coming to throw down, to mosh, to rough some people up. You need to, in preparation for that, you need to go to like a couple metal concerts because like you're just like, okay, I'm gonna get like used to this. I'm just gonna get kicked a couple times. I'm gonna get punched in the face a few times. I'm gonna do the wall of death, and then I'll be ready for Opium after that.
I should have. It's funny you say that because I know they're not metal, but they actually had like ICP there. I should have went to that and seen what was going on.
Yeah,
going on with that. But it's scary. The tough thing about like the difference in audience is like that's like old men. Like these little like 15-year-olds be like ready to like. Even actually, I was at the Tyler concert and they was going a little crazy.
Really?
Too, just like with the elbows and all that. And I'm like, please, just don't
just chill.
Clock me in the mouth. They were actually playing Duck Duck Goose at one point. I'm like,
what?
What are y'all doing here? Like,
did you see the video? Was it Drake's concert? There was like a concert somewhere in Europe, and they had a bunch of guys. They were rowing. They're all sitting down rowing.
So it's funny you say that because actually at Flognaw last year when I went, when Andre 3000 was doing his jazz set, they were doing that. Well,
really?
And I don't think he appreciated it.
No, I don't.
But yeah,
think so.
they were doing that in Moshin while he was doing his whole flute thing.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. He's like, "I'm never playing Flog Gnaw again." These
Be the
people.
last time you see him. He
Yeah.
might come back. I don't know.
Mm.
I'm excited for that festival though. That's gonna be an awesome one.
Yeah, yeah, totally, totally. Man, this has been a crazy, crazy summer for hip hop. It's just outrageous, and we barely even talked about Alfredo. Um, but just so many crazy releases, and still at the same time, somehow the Drake and Kendrick beef is still going on, even in all this stuff.
It's scary. It's scary out here. I know. You who was it? Sal, right? You had on.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I know he the biggest Drake fan, but sometimes I'm just like, with these Drake fans online, especially, I'm like, I'm just over it because it's
Mm,
like I feel like it's more Drake now than Kendrick with this stuff because it's like they're just on the next level with like their
mm,
tinfoil hat. And I'm somebody you can look at my stats for Spotify, you could look at whatever. Like I listen to both of them. Like I've
yeah.
always been someone in the middle. Like I think Kendrick won, but I'm not on like the whole like extra stuff. But the amount of stuff I see on my timeline, just like the tinfoil conspiracies about
Mm,
Drake, or whenever somebody posts something that says something critically about Drake and I see it on their Reddit, on the Jersey subreddit, I'm like, this is next level. This is like the stand behavior. It gets from like fan behavior to like
mm,
stand behavior. Like
yeah,
it's gone past like people being fans of hip hop just to
yeah,
people's weird relationship with Drake.
yeah. Yeah, and, like, he's been, like yeah, Drake always puts out, quite a bit of music within the span of a year, but, like, he hasn't put out a proper solo album since, really, the whole beef started.
2023
So,
since For All the Dogs.
yeah. So, like, we're waiting on that. He's supposed to be he's teasing what, Iceman, is that what it's called or something? Ice
Yeah,
something? Um,
that's
but
gonna that's gonna be the next one.
like you would have thought that he would have tried really hard to put something out in the middle of all of this, especially after Kendrick dropped what he did.
Yeah,
So it's
I really just think that I really think that I really think Drake thought he was going to like win, like, and he
mm,
probably thinks he won, but like I don't think he was expecting what like Ken like Kendrick what happened to happen. I don't think he expected Not Like Us become the biggest song
yeah,
in the world. Let me say
mm,
as a quick side note too, because I forgot someone I saw since the last time I saw Kendrick and SZA, and it was just like hearing a whole
mm,
stadium of people singing that song
man,
is just like
it would have been
it's just
amazing.
like something else.
Yeah,
But just like I feel like Drake has just been kind of lost because
mm,
he thought he was gonna really come out on top and just dominate on the charts,
yeah,
and that was going to be his out, and that's
yeah,
not what happened. And honestly, with the Iceman album too, like I want a new Drake album, and
mm,
I've talked about it. Is like I can take him at the angle of like, okay, all these people slighted me, they did
mm,
whatever, they turned their back on me. Like I can get that part.
yeah,
But then when you like beefing with LeBron who can't respond, or beefing with whoever, that's where he just loses me. And also that song with Central C is just
yeah,
not that good as well. I want
mhm,
like a more focused, like lyrical
yeah,
type of Drake. I don't want no dance hall. I don't want like I want a more focused Drake. But that's been my
mm,
criticism of him for a while, is that it's
yeah,
really just like he doesn't talk about him a lot. It's really like the generic like
mm,
talking about women, talking about this, talking about how much bread I got, which is cool,
yeah,
but it's like it's not what I want.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I would be like shocked if like Iceman is like a super introspective record. Like I would be very shocked. And I think it's just gonna be kind of the same kind of drabble he's been putting out lately. Like I don't think I've really liked the only thing that I've liked that Drake has put out probably in the last like maybe even 8 years, I don't know. Um has probably been like the bonus songs that he put on For All the Dogs. Like
Yeah.
like, that was the only thing that I was like, "This like, I really like this." Like, obviously, he always has bangers out. He's always got hits, that are always like, "Nokia is a bop." Like, he's always got that, right? But
Yeah.
in terms of like something that I was like, hey, like, you know, he's got some chops. Like that's like the last time and the only time. Like, and it was a drought before that, in my opinion, for a while.
1,000%. And
Yeah.
those are definitely my favorite that he added on to that. Honestly, like for all the dogs, like it's like a good like it's like okay to like good. Like it's not like
Yeah.
something I'm like on a level of like a Clipse or like a Chromacopia or like anything that's dropped recently.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, it has a song. Even I like her loss a lot actually. But like
Mm-hmm.
everything like Scorpion and honestly never mind, terrible.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think
Certified
what
Lover
else. He's
Boy.
just so oh yeah, CLB. Not I don't like that album. That one really disappointed me because I was really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And it's just and that's the thing. It's like I'll say that and like the Drake fans are like, "Oh, he's so biased towards Drake. He just hates Drake." And I'm like, "No, I
Yeah.
listen to Drake all the time."
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like you're allowed not to like his music and you're allowed to dislike what your favorite artist does
Mm. Mm.
sometimes,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I'm hopeful there'll at least be some songs on Iceman. I've
Yeah.
really liked like the rollout. I don't know if you watched the live streams he's been doing. Like
I
that's a
haven't
cool
really.
concept and idea,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
then it's like he drops like the song with Central C, and I'm like, the music is the part that stinks the most, and that's
Yeah.
what's most important.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. It's so crazy. One of the things that Sal, when I had him on, kept saying, and I think a lot of Drake fans are really like looking forward to this, is like Drake has some sort of involvement with the World Cup, the FIFA World Cup that's coming, that's being hosted in
Yeah,
Canada and Mexico this in 2026. And like the big thing is like at least Sal was saying like if he like does a performance like kind of like a halftime show type of performance like that'll be way bigger than the Super Bowl ever, you know. And I was like, yeah, it could, but nobody's ever done it. Like that's never happened. So I don't know
yeah,
if Drake had like Drake's a huge artist, but I don't know if he'd have the pull to like totally change how the FIFA has done this for a long time. But we'll see. That's like that's their hope. Like I think this Iceman, the album, and like whatever Drake is doing at FIFA are like the two things that I think the fans are like, if it goes all good, like he's gonna finally win the beef. He's gonna bury Kendrick. And it's
yeah.
like, I don't know.
And honestly, it's like that would have been all good. Like the if he just moved on into the album, the thing that really bothers me and what Drake fans avoid is like the whole like lawsuit. Like that's the part
Yeah,
that honestly rubs me the wrong way
yeah,
the most. As someone who really likes Drake, like it's hard like those tough like those tracks that he has like barring it up or like those bangers. It's like it's hard for me to take them as seriously or like a song
mm,
like Mob Ties when you going in and suing and doing all
yeah,
this stuff and it just seemed that move just really rubbed me the wrong way because if the roles were reversed
mm,
and Drake just absolutely bodied him,
yeah,
we
yeah,
wouldn't be having this conversation. Like Kendrick wouldn't do that. We would be having a completely different conversation. And even with
yes,
some of the Drake fans, like he's saving hip hop and he's trying to protect people and
mm-hmm,
all this stuff. And also like Kendrick shouldn't be saying all this stuff. Drake was the one who initiated that. He's the one who said all the stuff first. He's the one who threw the first punch with
mm,
the accusations on
yeah,
Kendrick Lamar.
yeah,
So it's like that's where I'm like, if you're gonna play dirty in the sandbox, you know, you or whatever the say some type of saying is, I'm
yeah,
just like, you can't just cry. You can't cry after the fact.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
you, you
It's true.
y'all was beefing and that's how it goes. And that's just as a lot of people are said to me, like that's not hip hop. That's not cool, and it puts a lot of artists in danger because like now if somebody disses somebody or says something like it may not come out,
Mm,
like UMG might be liable, like we don't know, this could destroy a lot of what's going on and really just the integrity of music and artists being able to create.
mm, yeah, yeah. It's at this point, it's like let's just stop for a little bit. I think it's cool. Like, you know, I like I kind of like that these albums have been a distraction from it, but somehow still there's that undertone there. There's just like that through line. But yeah. Anyway, let's keep moving on here. I want to get to I want you to give us your hip hop Mount Rushmore. This is like totally pivoting.
All right, I got you. You ready?
Yeah,
Let
I'm
me.
ready.
All right, number one, in no order, but who I'm putting on there. This probably isn't a shock, but how much I've talked him over 2 episodes. Give me Tyler the Creator on there. He's
Nice.
someone, especially now, who has just moved up with just his consistency
Mhm.
and just how good each album has been from Flower Boy on. I don't think there's been anybody more consistent with
Yeah.
their albums, but also just dropping music in general. Like even in his off years, he's dropping
Mhm.
great stuff as well. Whether it's just like some instrumentals from his old album, The
Yeah.
Estate Sale, Chromacopia, even though that's a full album, but in his off year, and then Don't Tap the Glass. He's just overall just
Yeah.
my most enjoyable, I think, yeah, artist that I listen to a lot. Him and Kendrick, I'll give you, and he's the next one I'll put on there.
Mhm.
Are the ones I listen to the most,
Yeah.
probably on a daily. Kendrick Lamar, another one. He's ever since Good Kid, Mad City, Section 80. I've been a huge fan of
Mhm.
Kendrick Lamar. I think he's probably the greatest of all time, at least for me. Just quality of music and albums wise, catalog, just conceptually and just lyrically. I think he's just the best of the best, and just he's just such a generational artist that I don't think we're ever get again.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
especially with his concerts as well, I
Mhm.
think he's really good in concert, which is something that's super underrated that not a lot of people talk about, because not a lot of people, at least my age, have been able to see him that much since
Mhm.
he was gone for 5 years, and
Yeah.
he's only gone on tour really twice. But just that GNX tour, man, was just it was just something else. It was an event. It was just like an
Mhm.
experience. And just being there, being able to watch him perform with SZA was just something I'll always remember. And I'm definitely excited for what he does next.
Mhm.
Then after that, I'll pivot. Give me Future on there, definitely.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
He's he's just one of my favorites. He's just that trap sound wouldn't be the
Mhm.
same
No.
without him. He just
Yeah.
has a certain sound and style that without him we wouldn't really have a lot of the artists that we have now. And I'm trying to think. Number 4, who would I put on there? It's tough because it used like, I'll be honest, it used to be Kanye, but
Mm.
the output has been so just like
The fallout.
not not good recently
Yeah.
that I'm good. You know what? It's tough because it's like him and it's like Drake as well, and I just said that stuff too. But like I really like him as well. I feel like I might have to go Drake though, just
Okay.
because of how much I do listen to him, and I have and I'll give him his flowers a little bit because of all the shit that's going on. I don't think there's been somebody in my generation of music who's like a bigger hit maker and a soundtrack to a lot of people's lives, especially when I was like in high school and also just like every function in college and going on. So he's someone I would probably put on there at like 4. And then if I could probably throw a fifth, I probably put Carti on there maybe. But
Mm.
Drake has just had, so his output has been a lot more than like Carti, so that's why I will put him on there. And there's a lot
Yeah.
of stuff that I do listen to. Like his hooks are like, who's ever writing them, I don't care. But like Drake got some of the best hooks out there. He's just like a certified hit maker. As much
Yeah.
as I got my criticisms of him, he's somebody who's I've just listened to so much throughout my life. He might have been higher. He honestly might have been like 1 or 2 before, but
Mm.
he's still definitely someone that
Yeah.
I can appreciate what he's
Nice.
done. And I feel like there's been a lot of sometimes over hating on him
Mhm.
because of what's going on. And I
Yeah.
feel like some people from an older generation don't really like get him, which I get the criticisms they lob.
Mm.
But at the same time, like if you was there like me, like if you're reading this, you too late, came like 2015 Drake,
Mm.
undefeated. Like he was like that guy. Like when Back to Back came out with Meek Mill and he
Yeah.
won that beef, like he he was nobody was stopping him.
Yeah.
He was invincible. Like that was that guy. And also I love What a Time to Be Alive with Future. So and I
Mm.
love Future as well. So
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe the asterisk on the Mount Rushmore is...
It's tough because all my faves are doing a whole bunch of stupid shit, and I'm like, I in some of their music has just like Kanye, right? And say real quick, like his shit has just been so everything else like it's terrible, but like the music especially has been so ass the past year. There's like
it's been so bad.
It's just been so like the Donda 2 shit, like all that. I haven't even listened to. I won't listen to it. I haven't listened to it because I refuse to waste my time on all that. Tell that to me like from like 5 years ago, or like when Donda 2 was first coming out. Telling Tyson from 2022 that. You'd be like, "Are you fucking crazy?"
Man, it is. The fall off has been outrageous for Kanye for sure. The asterisk on Mount Rushmore for you for Drake is 2015 Drake.
I mean, it's honestly, it's like even past that, like,
he was.
I don't. It's just like I feel like it's like asterisks up to like what happened right now, and I'm curious to see how Iceman goes. It's like pre 2024 like beef. I'm good with everything after that. It's a TBD right now.
Okay.
So he might slide off. He might slide off of there, and I might have to put someone else on there.
I might have to put Carti there instead.
I might have to put like, I'm trying to think of some stupid shit to say. I don't even know. Carti is he needs to drop more music.
Yeah, it's true. He does. He needs to get a few more albums under his belt. The next question for you is, what are 5 must listen albums for you?
Just like of all time?
All time. Like, what are 5 albums that if somebody was like, these are the only albums you can take to a desert island, we'll play that game. 5 of them.
All right, so the 5 albums I'm bringing. Number 1, definitely Igor, so I can feel something. So I can feel that heartbreak while I'm on that desert island, while I'm chilling. That's definitely the Tyler album that I'm bringing on there. Number 2, guess with Kendrick, I could, give me T-Pab on there. That's definitely an essential album. I need some food for thought. I need something thought provoking on there. And then for other albums, definitely Blonde is another one. I need that melodic. I need the singing, and then I'm trying to think what else. That's a good question. Let me see if I can think of anything more recently that I've listened to over the past couple of years. That's a good question. So I got 3.
You've got 3. You got 2 left.
Trying to think of the other 2 that I would bump.
I see one on your list that you gave me like a while ago that I'm like, that would be maybe on my list, but I don't want to give you any hints. I don't want to help you.
Oh, I don't even know what's the one I said a while ago. Now you got to put me on. What was it? You got to put me on. Now that's gonna bug me.
Mad Villainy.
Oh yeah. I don't know if that's a tough one. Would that be the MF Doom album? I wasn't even thinking in that direction. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's a good one actually. I know that is a good one though. Definitely for the abstract.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of something else. So yeah, give me that one for sure. You got great taste. I'm trying to think. One more that I would pick out of all those albums and artists. You know what? Give me What a Time to Be Alive, because I really love that album. Give me What a Time to Be Alive by Drake and Future, because that's some shit I can never get sick of. Something get me hype. Well, I'm doing push-ups on the desert island.
You're staying in shape.
Big chilling, doing something like that. I'm trying to think what else, because you gave me one, but if I could think,
you could take that one
of another one. If there's any other Drake one, I'd probably do that, or I'd probably do like If You're Reading This Too Late or Her Loss. But definitely What a Time. I'm trying to think of if I could bring a Future album on there, I'd probably bring I don't know if I'd do DS2. I'd probably do this is an underrated one that I love, his mixtape with DJ Esco. Esco Terrestrial. It has my favorite Future song on there, Married to the Game. So Give me Igor Blonde. I'll take Mad Villainy. I'll take T-Pab, and give me What a Time to Be Alive, or that DJ Esco album with Future.
Okay. Hey, those are all great albums. I'm trying to put myself on the spot here. I'll give you my 5. I'm only gonna do hip hop though. I'm not gonna do all time because that's too hard for me.
Gotcha.
I would have Mad Villainy for sure. That would be it. It might not be my number one. My number one, I'd probably get. I'd be there with you with T-Pap. Gotta have that on there. I love, like, that's just my all time favorite Kendrick, and Kendrick's like my favorite, so it just makes sense, right? I'm gonna, like, if I'm thinking recent, this is gonna be really weird, but I think I would put Schoolboy Q's Blue Lips on there. I listened to that so much. Just really love that album. So that's 3. And then man, there's so many great albums. Trying to go through the list. Should I be so bold as to put like something really experimental on there, like scaring the hose or something like that? I really liked the Billy Woods album that came out this year. That's like it's kind of a slur, I think, the name, so I don't want to say it, but I don't know if you heard that album or not.
I haven't. I've heard of it. I haven't listened.
I really
to it,
like that. I'm just like a sucker for like really intensely experimental stuff. So it would be between that or Scaring the Hose. So I'll have those as like 4. And then I would probably put like another jazz rap album on. I would either put like a Tribe Called Quest, like, you know, Low End Theory, or I would put like something really new. I really like McKinley Dixon's stuff.
Yeah.
So I'd put one of his 2 most recent ones, so Magic Alive, or I think it's like Beloved Paradise Jazz. I'm gonna do Beloved Paradise Jazz. I'm gonna give a shout out to McKinley because I've been listening to that ever since it came out, and it's like I don't repeat albums a lot just because of, you know how it is. When your job is basically listening to music, it's hard to listen to things over and over. So, but that one, those would be my 5. I'm sure they will change when I remember some other albums that I really like. But
see, that's why it's so tough, because I'm trying to think of albums like I listen to, because like you said, there's so many that like I listen to like full through like once, but those are like albums like I've listened to like.
Yeah,
it's tough for me. Like I'm not like a full album listen person, like cause it's like so hard for me to like do it because with my job, and also like it's hard. It's an investment, like I said. So
it
like,
is an investment. Yeah,
those are albums that I can listen to.
Yeah,
front to back.
No, I'm here for it. Those were like all really great ones. Well, we've been running for like an hour here, so we're gonna call it quits, even though I'm sure we could talk forever and ever. But it's been a lot of fun having you on. I'm glad that we reconnected and had you on a second time. I'm sure we'll have you on again down the road. Always awesome talking news stuff, talking hip hop. You've always got great takes and your finger on the pulse. So I appreciate you taking the time out of your evening to come on the pod.
Hey, I appreciate you letting me yap for an hour. You know, whenever I get to yap, I appreciate it, because you know I just got a general love for this shit, like you got a love for this shit, and it's just fun to talk about. Discourse like this is I think is what's missing, honestly.
Yeah.
In a world full of hot takes and trying to.
That's true. Yeah.
And all that stuff. Yeah. Like I feel like it's definitely refreshing to see, and also more surface level tapes and just like, this shit is the greatest of all time, or like, this shit is absolutely ass. Like there's a lot more nuance, especially.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. The long form is important, and it is missing. Yeah, well, anybody listening out there that doesn't follow you got to check out Tyson, the official Tyson on TikTok, and then let's build your Instagram back up from the ground. We gotta get you some.
We're gonna have to try. I'm gonna have to try.
That's so brutal. I can't even believe that. I would be mortified. Honestly, dude, I think the blue, as much I have the blue check, as much as that's like such a like money grab for Instagram. Like you can actually, like, it does give you good security. If something happens to your account, you can get it back easier. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It is kind of a money grab though. But yeah, anyway, super appreciate it. Go follow Tyson out there on the socials. And yeah, we'll be back next week with another episode and another guest.